Imagine waking up to a $5,000 stimulus check in 2025. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, it could be a reality sooner than you think. In today's video, we're diving deep into the latest updates on the proposed Doge dividend checks, the new stimulus plan that's generating buzz. We'll explore who's behind it, when you might see these payments, and how bipartisan support could push this legislation forward. But that's not all. We'll also discuss the impact these checks could have on inflation, who's eligible to receive them, and why some are suggesting smaller, phased payments might be the key to restoring trust in government spending. Stay with us until the end to get all the details. Welcome to Financial Area, your go-to spot for breaking financial news and updates. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest updates that could impact your wallet. The proposed $5,000 stimulus check, also known as the Doge dividend check, has been a topic of growing attention and speculation. The key question on everyone's mind is when these payments will actually start rolling out. While no official date has been confirmed, there are strong indications that the checks could be distributed sooner than expected. Much of this hinges on the growing bipartisan support from Congress, with both Republicans and Democrats recognizing the potential benefits of this economic relief. One factor that could speed things up is the possibility of President Trump taking executive action to expedite the process, a move that could bypass some of the typical bureaucratic delays and get money into the hands of taxpayers faster. The timeline is still uncertain, and there are many moving parts that could impact when or if the checks will be sent out. However, political figures like James Fishback, who has been vocal about the proposal, remain optimistic. With continued backing from lawmakers and mounting pressure from the public, there's a chance that this legislation could pass in the near future, potentially bringing relief to millions of Americans who are still feeling the economic effects of the past few years. But with all the talk, it's crucial to understand that much of this is still in the works, and the specifics, such as the exact distribution timeline, are yet to be fully nailed down. The next few months could be pivotal in determining whether this proposed check turns into reality. The bipartisan support for the Doge dividend check proposal has been steadily growing, and it's one of the most promising signs that this legislation might actually move forward. Both Democrats and Republicans have found common ground on this issue, despite their usual differences. For many, the idea of providing direct financial relief to the public has become more of a necessity than a partisan debate. With millions still grappling with inflation and rising costs, the idea of distributing $5,000 checks has garnered widespread backing from lawmakers on both sides of the aisle. This isn't just a political gesture. It's a response to public demand for financial support in a time of economic uncertainty. James Fishback, a key figure in the discussions surrounding the proposal, has emphasized that productive conversations are happening between both parties in Congress. These talks have made it clear that there is significant support for the legislation, which raises optimism that the bill could soon make its way through the legislative process. Lawmakers are realizing that passing such a measure could be a strategic move to address the ongoing financial struggles that many Americans are facing. In fact, some are even considering this proposal as a way to restore faith in government action, showing that, when needed, bipartisanship can emerge in the face of economic challenges. As discussions continue, it's clear that public sentiment is playing a huge role in pushing the proposal forward. People are calling for real action, and the rising support from both political parties suggests that lawmakers are listening. While there are still hurdles to clear, the momentum behind this proposal shows that the political landscape might be shifting toward greater collaboration on financial relief measures. There are certainly concerns about the potential inflationary impact of distributing large stimulus checks, like the proposed $5,000 Doge dividend checks. In previous rounds of stimulus payments, many critics pointed to inflation as a byproduct of too much government spending, especially when the money was essentially printed and injected directly into the economy. The argument was that this would devalue the dollar and drive up prices across the board. However, this time, the situation could be different. The proposed checks would not be coming from freshly printed money, but rather from government savings. This could mitigate some of the inflationary risks seen in earlier relief packages. By using existing funds rather than creating new debt, the government could maintain a more controlled distribution of economic support without overburdening the monetary system. Another key factor that's raising questions is who will actually qualify for these checks. The eligibility criteria are still somewhat unclear, and this uncertainty is causing concern for many. There are ongoing debates about whether taxpayers will be prioritized over non-taxpayers, or how individuals on Social Security will be treated. For some, the worry is that individuals who don't file taxes might be left out, even though they could still be deeply affected by economic challenges. Additionally, household composition might also play a role in determining how much each person receives. Whether someone is single or has a family could influence the amount they are eligible for, leading to a need for further clarification in the proposal. If these details aren't ironed out, confusion and frustration could arise among those who expect to benefit from the checks. The idea of smaller phased payments has also been discussed as a potential solution to build public trust in government spending. Some believe that distributing smaller amounts over time, such as $650 every few months, could help ease concerns about long-term inflation risks and government overreach. If the government can show that it's being cautious with how much it's dispersing, it might restore some faith in its ability to manage the economy effectively. The phased approach could also help create a more sustainable model for financial assistance, avoiding the boom and bust cycles that large lump sum payments might provoke. People might feel more comfortable with gradual payments, especially if they see that the government is taking careful, strategic steps to support the economy without risking instability. This proposal has generated mixed reactions, but it does spark an important conversation about the need for balance in government stimulus programs and the way they're implemented. As the possibility of $5,000 stimulus checks or Doge dividend checks looms closer, the conversation around their distribution, qualifications, and potential impact continues to evolve. With bipartisan support gaining traction, there's hope that this proposal could move forward and offer much-needed relief to millions of Americans. However, the potential effects on inflation, eligibility concerns, and the method of distribution will likely remain key points of discussion as the details unfold. Whether this proposal ultimately becomes a reality will depend on how lawmakers address these issues and whether the public's trust in the process can be maintained. The coming months will be crucial in determining not only when these checks might be sent, but also how they could shape future financial relief measures in the United States. Remember to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. How do you feel about the possibility of smaller phased payments? Would it help rebuild trust in government spending? Let us know in the comments below.